Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. This is the official IPO meet of Super Iron Foundry Limited, the company who is coming for an IPO, and the IPO is starting on 11th March 2025. It will close on 13th March 2025. Let me give a small introduction to everyone who has joined us today. So we have Mr. Akhilesh Saklecha from the company, who's the chairman and managing director. We have Mr. Lakshmi Pandey, who is the CFO of the company. We have Mr. Mayur Banka, who's from the merchant banking team, Horizon Management Private Limited. Now, moving forward, let me give a small brief about the company for you all. So, the company is located in Durgapur, which is in West Bengal, and also it is known as India's one of the major steel hubs. The company is manufacturer and exporter of high quality iron and steel castings mainly for manhole covers. They manufacture diverse range of castings including municipal castings, which again is manhole covers, ductile iron pipe fittings, automotive castings, agricultural castings, that is rollers and cross kills, railways casting, and cast iron counterweights. Now, I would like to also highlight upon the IPO details again. So the IPO opens on 11th March, it closes on 13th March. The IPO price, which is fixed at rupees 108 per equity share. The lot size has been kept at 1200 equity shares, and the issue size totals up to 68.05 crores. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to ask Mr. Akhilesh Saklecha for an opening remarks. Thank you. Akhileshi, you're on mute.
Thank you so much, Palak. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us on this IPO show. I would really thank every one of you to take who have taken their time out to know about us, our company, and it is indeed our pleasure to have you all here for this IPO show. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now, we have made a very good and detailed presentation about the company for all the investors and the participants who have joined us today to understand the company. Please give us a moment. Thank you so much. Akhileshi, over to you.
Thank you, Palak. Uh, it is indeed my pleasure to present Super Iron Foundry to you. Who we are, what we do, where we aspire to be, and what we look into achieving in the coming years. So let me start off with Super Iron Foundry. Super Iron Foundry is a foundry manufacturing iron castings, and uh, the whole manufacturing unit, Super Iron Foundry Limited, we established ourselves in year 2013 in Durgapur, West Bengal. Prior to that, the company has already been engaged, a group has been engaged in manufacturing and export of iron castings through our parent unit. But this particular unit manufacturing iron castings came into manufacturing in year 2013. We have a very strong global market network. We are currently exporting to over 30 countries globally, manufacturing to all international standards. And we are manufacturing products which are very diverse in range from municipal castings, we call it access covers, including ductile iron fittings, agricultural castings, which goes on with the rollers and cross scales, and castings which we are also producing is used in railways, as well as counterweights which are also used in equipment OEM machineries. So the main product still for the company still remains municipal castings, which is access covers, which is used for covering the infrastructure network, which is for stormwater or sewer or telecom and other utility networks. Uh, as a quality manufacturer, we are equipped with most of the latest plant and machinery, equipped with robotics and high pressure molding line as well as automatic pouring. So we are very well equipped in terms of our manufacturing capabilities, and that's the reason we are able to give consistent quality and timely deliveries to our customers globally. We are manufacturing according to international standards and have certainly a lot of certifications like EN 124 product certifications, as well as uh, OSHA's and other health and safety certifications, which the company is very proud to be holding off. We are participating in major construction and infrastructure projects globally. The company's got a global presence itself, with over 93% of what we are manufacturing being exported. And the solutions which we are offering is top notch in terms of the municipal castings access cover solutions which we provide to our customers. If you can get on to the next slide. So we'll just briefly bifurcate the product categories which we are manufacturing. Foundry is a very big area. There's a lot of castings that can be produced in all of us daily lives. Like there is a lot of applications. So the main core product for the company still remains municipal castings, which is manual covers and frames and grates. And the another product is ductile iron pipe fittings, which is a very big product range. Which is still a smaller product category for us, but it's a room for a lot of expansion, especially within India as well as globally. Within the governments, Har Ghar Jal, as well as in globally, the water connectivity. So there's a big demand for water fittings, which we are very hopeful. And there's also ductile iron automotive castings, which has been produced, as well as agricultural castings, which I talked to you about earlier. In railways also, there is a big application of duct line castings which we are manufacturing in terms of the adapters, and there's in coaches as well as in the tracks, and in counterweights wherein the excavators and tractors. So there requires a cast iron counterweight for counterbalancing, which is also in our product range. Next slide. So this is photographs of some of the municipal castings which we are manufacturing, as well as the automotive and pipe fittings. So just for you to get an idea. Next slide, please. This is just a brief journey for the company. The company was formed in year 1988, and 2013 is when we started the commercial production of our facility in Durgapur, West Bengal. And this was the same year where we made our first consignment, and which was to Europe. And in 2015, we were accorded the one-star export house, and as well as we did a first round of capex after our commencement with the vertical molding line. We were the first ones to install a vertical molding line in Eastern India. And then in 2021, we had a second round of capacity expansion with another 48,000 tons of capacity, which was added and which was supported with a lot of robotic automation. In year 2023, we were awarded a two-star export house by DGFT, and 2024, we got converted from a private limited to a public limited company. Next slide. So I'll just briefly describe the business model. So the business model works is we are an export-oriented company with operations mostly in European and Middle Eastern geography, with a market strategy wherein we produce for the European market with subcontract manufacturing, and we do produce for our distributors who in turn stock and sell. And in Middle East, we supply under our own brand name. So we supply to a lot of mega projects, in Middle East, as in, like Hamad project or our Turkish Air Base, as well as Oman airport expansion, Dubai South, Lusail, FIFA, Barwa project. There's a myriad of projects that we have completed already, which we are very proud of. And you would see SIF covers being installed in all the major mega projects, both in GCC. The product portfolio which we manufacture is diversified, so which I explained to you earlier also. It has an application into the water pipe networks and railways, counterweights, and agriculture. And this product line diversification, is a key for growth for our business in coming future. Next slide. So as a management, like I am heading the company as a chairman and managing director. I have an experience. My qualification was an undergraduate in Keddy School of Business, Indiana University, and I've been involved in the family business. It used to be a family business, and since year 2005, and I've also take part in ASSOCHAM, active part in ASSOCHAM with the MS being chair of MSME Sub Council. Uh, the company also has a non-executive director, which is in turn my elder brother Abhishek, and he's had his education from Calcutta and ES2, and he's also a foundry man with 24 years of experience in foundry, and he's also key heads with key role in project management, international sales, automation, as well as new product development. He's also a member of Jain International Trade Organization, JITO. Next slide. So the growth drivers, we'll talk about the growth drivers for the company in terms of how we want to and how are we seeing to drive the growth. Uh, First of all, we are going to operate with a higher capacity utilization. That leverage itself is very crucial for the company because we've had this growth with a lower capacity utilization, and this business in turn has high working capital and having a lot of stocks. And so with the raise and having more liquidity is going to help us with working with a higher capacity utilization. We are going to have uh, uh, also the quality certifications which we hold is a big advantage for us because we have all the major quality certifications to be able to sell international markets, as well as we are a proud holder of BSI kite mark license. We have a good inroad in terms of like quality which we assure in terms of technology. We have latest plant and machineries equipment which leads to better product finish and lower cost, as well as we have a competitive edge and utilization in terms of this which I mentioned to you earlier, that we have a lower capacity utilization, so there is a significant up growth for us with the capacity utilization which is going to take in very soon. Next slide, please. The commitment to design and quality assurance. So as we mentioned that we have more than 95% of our products being exported to European and Middle Eastern geographies. So this presence itself gives us a lot of mileage in terms of the global recognition, and we hold a very stringent quality in-house research and development testing facilities. We have CMMs in-house, and we have very strong quality checks, as well as in terms of in-house laboratory, automatic and mechanical machines. The industry-specific customization which we do is, we manufacture products as per the needs of the customer, which is key for any business to be successful. As in, we manufacture, any access cover solution which the customer needs, and there we are given the load rating, if what cover would pass through and what is the clear opening, and then we design products specifically as per the customer's requirement. And nevertheless, we have a lot of quality standards. So in terms of no, next slide, please. Customization and diversified product portfolio. So like what I touched upon earlier, that we have a tailor-made casting customization solution. We have an in-house design team of more than 7 or 8 designers who have cumulative design experience of more than 30 years. So we manufacture, we have a simulation facility. We simulate the product before even the product goes onto the shop floor. And then we have this extensive customization for the product. With such a big product range we are working, as well as multi-industry applications such as infrastructures, railways, and telecom. Next slide, please. The biggest bonus for us is that we have a very, very strong legacy in terms of international market. Everyone in the international global market is very well known of Super Iron Foundry name, the brand which we carry. It is reminiscent of quality service delivery. Most of our clients who we do business have a very long lineage, and we work with them for a long term. So it's not something that we work with some businesses who are working for a short term, because there's a lot of investment both sides, for the clients as well as us when we are doing a product development. So in turn, it's all repeat customers for a long time with which we are working. We have marquee clients all across the globe, like be it UAE, Qatar, Romania, Italy, Saudi Arabia, Greece, so as well as US, Canada, Croatia, France, Belgium. So it's a very big customer base which we have, and we are very proud to have that lineage, and we have earned it over the years with a relentless service to the customers, which we end up improving in coming years. And then we have this strategic partnership with one of our main customers, with Mario Cirino Pomocino in Italy, who is almost 70% of our revenue. And then this trust and partnership reflects, like the kind of strong client relationships which we have, which helps is a key driver for our business. Next slide. We are also bidding on several mega projects as we are speaking. Some of the big projects in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is going through a major infrastructure push in terms of that country is going through going away from the, uh, the getting away from hydrocarbons, and like getting into the big projects. There is FIFA lined up in 2034. There is Expo lined up, and then there's Asian Games. So a lot of infrastructure projects. So we are currently, like in process of bidding for Sidra Wafra housing, part of the Roshan project in Riyadh, as well as Mursi housing project. These are some of the big projects which the company is currently working at. Next slide. We are leading manufacturer with a strong global presence. So if I were to quantify, we have a globally recognized brand, SIF, in castings. Everyone knows us globally. We have more than 2 decades of experience globally producing, and then we are a reliable partner both in Middle Eastern and European geography. And then the name SIF, now Super and Foundry, is synonymous with quality and delivery. So that itself is a very big advantage for us. Next slide. Strategic global presence. So we are, first of all, the location is a very key. We are in Durgapur, wherein the raw materials is very cheap, being a steel city, as well as electricity is cheaper, being part of DVC. And then we have access to very skilled manpower, because in foundry, it's a difficult industry to work, and so skilled manpower is a very big ask for any industry to be able to grow. And so we have an access to very good skilled team that we are working with, and we are nurturing, and we are being part of our growth together. And where we are located, Calcutta itself is a port, so there is a global connectivity from Durgapur. It's a trucking distance of about 170-180 kilometers, so we are getting connected via Calcutta port globally. And there is a cost effective production, wherein our cost of electricity, as well as being access to skilled labor at a reasonable cost, is always helping in our cost of production, as well as the mechanization which we have done, which is reducing the cost of production in terms of reducing labor input. Next slide. I will Mr. Pandey can take over with the financial presentation.
Hi, I'm Lakshmi Nivas Pandey. Uh, so, if you can see on the screen, our total income as on 31st December 2024 for the financial year 24-25 was 94.90 crores, and the PBT was 12.73, and the PAT was 9.52 crores.
Thank you so much, Akhilesh ji and Lakshmi ji, for a very detailed presentation about the company. Thank you so much. Before moving forward to the Q&A session, I would like to show to all our participants a very good feedback or a comment or a good wishes from one of the company's clients. So we will take a moment to showcase the same. Thank you.
Hello Akhilesh, hello Amit, hello whole SIF family and friends. I'm Mark from Arco. Today is a big day. Unfortunately, I'm standing here in Germany in our showroom, in our headquarter, and I can't be together with you. Really sorry about that. But anyhow, with or without me, I am sure that you will have a wonderful day, such an important day, and I would like to take this chance to wish you all the best, not only for today, of course, also for the future. We are staying in touch, this is for sure, and yeah, you enjoy the day, and of course the party afterwards. So once again, all the best and greetings from Germany.
Thank you so much. Uh, so this was a small good wishes from one of their clients. Now moving forward to Q&A session, I would like to invite everyone to post all their questions in the comment section, and then we can take it one by one. We will take a moment to just arrange the questions. Thank you. All right. So we have our first question, which is, why have we not targeted India to sell manhole covers given the infra boom?
Definitely, it's a very good question. For the manhole covers in India, if you were to look into the manhole covers demand in India, most of the cities, municipalities are using precast concrete, not duct line manhole covers. We have a problem in India with the people taking out manhole covers, which is a, a trip hazard, and like so. Just to decrease the salvageable value for the covers, the government is trying to use precast concrete, not cast iron, because cast iron itself or duct line has a lot of value. So in turn, there is a market for India, but it's mostly for duct line manhole covers, mostly in gated communities as well as airports and in precincts which are very well secure. But in roads and public works, it's still a lot of it is moving into precast concrete. So we unfortunately we don't have a lot of a big market for cast iron and duct line manhole covers within India itself. But we do envisage to go into the Indian markets with for the Indian Railways. We are going ahead with the approval. We are expecting an approval very shortly. So we'll have a lot of market presence within India, and we will be a part of the infrastructure boom story in India. It's just that manual covers does not seem to be a part of our product portfolio, wherein we can go aggressively with our push within India.
Thank you. Uh, Next is, how raw material volatility impacts your margins.
I'll answer this question in terms of raw material. Raw material is definitely an input cost for us, and the raw material input cost is built onto the cost of the product. And when we are negotiating our international sales contract, so the raw material prices is a basis with which we negotiate. And most of the times, the raw material prices is a part of the product which we negotiate with the price increase or decrease, which is negotiated with a time lag. So it works out both ways for us. So if it is in a decreasing market prices, the raw material price decrease is passed with a time lag, and with an increased prices also, we have to pass on the price increase with a time lag. But in itself, we are manufacturing engineered solution. So cover itself, raw material is a part of our product cost, but it's not the most critical part with which. But yes, we do have, to answer your question, we do have a pricing strategy, as well as the prices with which we negotiate with the customers on a long term basis.
Thank you. Next is, can you throw some light on interest cost trend and debt levels?
So I'll take this question. So the interest cost, actually, we have done some capex in 2021, and accordingly, we had to take some foreign currency term loans. So the interest cost in 2023 was a bit lower, and in 2024, despite repayments, the interest costs are a bit on the higher side. And you will see that the interest costs are all in a mix. It almost comes to a single level, and so debts are declining because of the repayments of the term loans which we have. And also from this IPO, we intend to pay off the term loans. So that will also increase our interest cost, as well as the term loans will be removed from the books.
All right. Thank you, Lakshmiji. Next is, what are the major differences in the quality of Indian manhole covers? Why other countries not making it, or how is the supply demand scenario?
I'll just answer this question. The manhole covers in India mostly, like I said, is made out of precast concrete. So precast concrete is basically they use rebars and then they pour concrete on top of the cover. So it's mostly on the public work side. The major demand for manhole covers in India has been shifted to uh, precast concrete. They're not using iron anymore in ungated communities because of pilferage, and that's why most of the domestic demand for manhole covers on the public work side goes on with precast concrete. It's only gated communities, malls, airports, and like areas with which have a precinct, which is very gated, who use ductile iron manhole covers, and that's how it is different. That to answer your question, that public work side they use precast concrete, not cast iron or ductile iron in India.
Thank you. Moving forward, I just want to put one disclaimer that on our screen throughout the whole show, it has been mentioned issue size 68.05 crores. With just below that, it had been mentioned equity shares. It was a mistake. We have recorrected it. So the issue size is 68.05 crores in rupees, not in shares. Thank you so much. Moving on to next question. uh, can you elaborate more on why our capacity utilization is so low till now? Is there any demand shortage in international market?
And answer this question. Yeah, it's a very valid question. In terms of capacity utilization, we have done a round of capex, and the biggest impediment for the company, because I'll explain you briefly how this model works, with global supply chain for municipal castings. We typically get orders from our customers, and these orders are basically given to us on a blanket basis, and they expect of us to be able to produce and stock them, and then we ship it on, based on their requirement, because these covers are also on a stock and sell model at the distributor's end, because the roadway contractors who use these covers are the ones who buy, the end users of the covers. Even our customers or distributors are not selling it directly to the municipalities, and the contractors in turn buy these covers exactly at the last moment when they need to hand over the projects. So they are doing the asphalting, and they decide their asphalting and handover schedule, and they figure out that they don't have the covers to complete the handover. So that requires a just in time delivery, and it requires a lot of inventory at our customers end as well as our end. And the major impediment for us to be able to increase the capacity utilization has been lower working capital, which we expect once the injection of working capital in the business, we are going to have fare well with higher capacity utilization. As compared to your answer in terms of the global demand, there is a very, very strong demand, for municipal covers. If you look into the European geography, there is not a lot of countries which are having foundries being labor intensive, and there is a lot of environmental norms. So there is no dearth in demand in both in European geography as well as Middle East. I already explained to you the Saudi Arabia as a country which is the biggest economy in the Gulf. They are going through major up. The country is going through a major change. There is a big projects that are being announced. So on the infra space, we anticipate there is a plethora of work that is going to be coming our way, and the only impediment which we feel is the shortage of working capital, which we anticipate now the company would have enough working capital to be able to increase the capacity utilization as well as increasing its profitability.
Thank you so much. And this was the last question we had for today's call. Thank you so much, all the investors who have joined us today and who participated as well in the Q&A session. Again, I would like to hand over the call to Mr. Akhilesh Saklecha for his closing remarks. Thank you.
I would like to Thank you, thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out for joining us in this session to know more about our company, about Super Iron Foundry, what is the vision of the company, wherein we are stepping into the public domain, being into the capital markets. It's a big step for the company, and we anticipate creating a lot of value to our customer, to everyone within our realm. So be it our investors, be it our employees, be it our customers. So entire value chain is something that we intend to be able to create a lot of value and I would want all of us, all of you, to be part of the success story which we as a management are dreaming. And that's a dream that we are knitting, and it cannot be complete without all of everyone's participation. So I would really, really thank you again, once again, for taking this time out and being with us and knowing more about us and knowing our vision and story ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akhilesh. Again, just to remind the IPO details, our IPO for Super Iron Foundry Limited, it opens tomorrow, that is 11th March 2025. It closes on 13th March on Thursday. The IPO price is fixed at rupees 108 per equity share with lot size of 1200 equity shares. The total issue size of the IPO is 68.05 crores. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Akhilesh ji, Lakshmi ji, and Mayur ji, for joining us today. Thank you, all the participants.
Thank
Here
you
we
so
the call.
Thank you so
Thank
Thank
much.
you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.